Hey fam, thanks for tuning in and for your support. Since we're getting to know each other, I wanted to do a little show and tell of somebody who's important to me, a person who I learned a lot of the rules that I live my life with, like kind of my compass or morality comes from her, and how to handle difficult situations and struggles. It's from my grandmother, Rose, my Slovak grandma. That's her, and that's me in the blue, and then that's her brother. She was always one of my main role models. She was so warm and loving, wise, and she always had a playful twinkle in her eye. She was the quiet heart of any room, and her presence and love felt like a warm hug wrapped in sunshine. Much of the life wisdom I've learned comes from her. She came alone to the U.S. at 16 years old because she wanted to see the world. She called it wanderlust. She lived through 2 world wars, the Great Depression, and was a deeply spiritual woman devoted to helping folks in need. She was little, but so strong, especially inside. She walks with me every day, and although I don't hear her voice, she speaks to me and guides me to continue to be moral and upright, to live with integrity. She taught me that the truth always comes out in God's timing. Growing up, I had a lot of trauma, abandonment, abuse, feeling like I didn't have anyone I could count on. And through a lot of it, I was made to question my perspective, my truth, and my reality. I was spinning my wheels, feeling diminished and invalidated. This undermined my confidence. My emotional safety became collateral damage because I was a scapegoat. This is called narcissistic abuse, and often we see it play out publicly when leaders or people in authority work to avoid accountability. However, I've learned recently to trust myself more, to not let others' fear of what the truth would mean for their image and their control stop me. People sometimes tell you don't waste your breath explaining yourself or proving yourself to people that don't want to understand. In a video I watched the other day, they said, the truth doesn't need a publicist. And when people question or challenge what you know to be true, your first instinct will be to set things straight. However, that doesn't always make sense. The truth doesn't need management. It doesn't need spin, timing, strategy, or the right audience. It simply is, and what is real will eventually make itself known, regardless of who tried to bury it or dress it up. God taught me the ones who fear truth are the ones who need it managed. People who stretch the truth need a publicist because without it, their story falls apart. Truth doesn't fall apart under scrutiny. It gets clearer. You don't have to fight for it to be seen. Truth is doing its work already. All we need is faith and its power to reveal itself. Truth is like a spark. It can stay hidden in ash, in darkness, or silence. It doesn't announce itself. It doesn't need witnesses. It waits until conditions are right, and then it catches. You can't negotiate with it. You can't convince the truth or the spark not to become fire. Stand tall and stay rooted, y'all. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you.